Welcome back to Mirror and Thread. Thank you so much for being here. So one thing that I take very seriously with this job is finding you guys some good deals. So I have been spending hours upon hours on the internet, shopping in store, ordering things to find you the best, more affordable options for some of the viral, pricey things that you might see a lot of influencers talking about this time of year or at a lot of stores that cost a lot more money. And I'm just here to help you save a little bit of money this holiday season. I think that's something we can all appreciate this time of year. And I am very excited about the quality of the items that I found. So I'm going to link both for you. If you prefer the higher end item, I will link that as below as well. And then I will link the affordable one too. So you should see a pop-up with most of the links as I'm talking right below on those affiliate stickers. Some of them might not be linkable through that. So make sure that you check the video description as well for additional links if you don't see it in those affiliate stickers. But let's jump in. We're going to start with this velvet bow garland that is very, very popular from Pottery Barn. So I started putting bows on my tree last year and I really love what it did for my tree. I just think it's such a fun addition to ornaments. Typically ornaments are all kind of similarly shaped and colored, and so having the bows on there just really gives it a different dimension and something very fun. Plus bows are very trendy this year. But one thing about this is that it is a pretty small strand, so you would need, certainly depending on how big your tree is, I'd say you couldn't get away with any less than 4 of these if you were doing them on your tree. And this strand is $34. If you're doing like a 7.5 to 9 foot tree, I'd say you'd be looking at more like 6, 7 of these to get your tree wrapped where it's not gonna be super sparse and actually give you that full look that you want. The bows themselves on this one are a pretty large size, so keep that in mind. And this is kind of a deeper red color, but I am seeing lots of this already in influencers holiday content, lots of photos that you'll see, these big bows, and they are beautiful. But if you start to do the math, 34 times 6 or 7, that starts to get pretty pricey just for a garland for your Christmas tree. In my opinion, it's not something that I want to be spending that much money on. So I found us this one from Walmart, which is under $10 per strand. And it's going to give you that exact same vibe. They are also the velvet bows. This is a little bit of a brighter red, which I actually kind of prefer. That's more my color scheme, but do be aware the Pottery Barn ones are, I'd say, a touch like darker, almost more like a burgundy type red. And these are more of your traditional Christmas red. The strand itself is very similarly sized, so you would need about the same amount of them. The bows on the Walmart one are a little smaller. So the Pottery Barn ones, the bows are about like this. The bows are a little smaller on this, but I think this is done so well. I like that the yarn that they used is also red, so it's gonna blend really nicely and not just stick out. I think this comes in a pink as well, and maybe even a gold or a black, but the quality of the bows is really good, and I think this is gonna be super cute. You could also do this on a garland, on a mantle, or a staircase or something. Gives it, I got this totally tangled. There we go. There's the whole thing. It gives it a really fun look, and the price, you cannot beat on this. I feel like tall boots are such a classic. They've been trending for years, but they're getting even more love this year than I've seen them get in the past. I really am seeing more tall boots than even booties. And I'd say maybe 2 to 3 years ago, everything was booties. People were doing booties with jeans, with skirts, with all the things, dresses. And I'm definitely seeing more tall boots this year, even with like longer dresses or longer skirts. People are wearing the taller ones. So I think this is a really good investment in something that is going to carry you for several years and that you can get a ton of wear out of this time of year. So this pair is from Dolce Vita from Nordstrom. They're $275, which is a big chunk of money, but they are beautiful. These are obviously a genuine suede, and they've got the like whip stitch stitching on the side and then the little buckle. Very beautiful, and these come in multiple color options, but they are a high price point. So I found us an almost identical looking faux suede boot from Target. So the color is very similar, and this one in person feels amazing. You are getting the same height, the same look, the same color. It's even got the stitching and the buckle on them. So similar, but at a much lower price point. And the Target pair is even on really good sale right now. So I think they're like under $45, which is incredible. So you're talking $275 versus $45, even for how much use you could get out of these. For me, I would definitely still pick the more affordable option. If you are just like, you know what, this is something that I will wear for years, then I do think that a good quality shoe or a bag or something like that is a more worthwhile investment. I tend to, if I'm gonna spend up for anything, it usually would be shoes or a bag, sometimes denim, just because they get a lot more wear than like a top or a dress would for me. But I think for the under $50 price point, you're getting just as good of a product, and it's a great bang for your buck, and you get the same style. I saw these heels back in the Nordstrom sale in July, and I have had my eye on them ever since because I think they're such a good way to do a neutral heel that you can wear for years and years. They've got a little bit of trendiness with the fact that they're mesh and they've got the bow on it. They're a pointed toe, they're a sling back. Those are all kind of trendy features, but they're in this color palette that you could wear nonstop. And this time of year is really the time that I start wearing more heels. I don't tend to wear heels much in the summer unless I have like a big event or a wedding or something to go to. But it seems like with church, with holiday get-togethers, all those things, I start kind of incorporating those a little bit more. Family photos, I'm actually going to be wearing these for my family photos this year. I've already decided because they're amazing. So this pair is $150 from Dolce Vita. I think this color is on sale, but the sizing is pretty limited, and that's still a pretty high price point to me. So I found us this pair from Target, which looks dang near identical, and I just ordered these to wear with my family photo outfit. I saw them in store a while back, and I was like, these are perfect. They've got the exact same kind of ruched mesh detailing. They've got the pointed toe, they've got the sling back, they've got the slimmer heel. These are the ultimate fall workwear shoe. These are going to work with holiday dresses, even with denim and like a nicer sweater for the holidays. And I think they do come in a couple of other color options as well. These also happen to be on deal too. I think they are down to under 40, and sizes are really well stocked in these. Leopard jeans are a huge trend right now, especially moving into holiday too, and barrel leg jeans, also two very trendy things. This pair is from Free People, and they are at Nordstrom for $128. And I will say Free People's barrel leg jeans are next level barrel leg. Like, they've got a lot of excess material around the leg and really give you that barrel fit. So I found this pair from Amazon, which I actually prefer to the fit of the Free People one. So they do have that little bit of darting at the knee, that little bit of a barrel leg fit, but they are much more slim and they don't have quite as dramatic of a fit. Personally, I found the Amazon ones to be more flattering and a better fit, especially on the booty area, and more comfortable to wear. So the Free People is a little bit of a stiffer denim. The Amazon ones had quite a bit of stretch to them, and the price point is so much lower on these. So I think with like a simple black sweater, maybe some red shoes or something red, cardigan for the holidays would be a really fun way to style these, and they also work well year round. So this Norfolk Pine garland has become absolutely viral over the last couple of years. You will see this everywhere on your social media pages, I can guarantee you. And there are so many different versions of it, and a lot of them are incredibly pricey. So this one is from Magnolia, and it is $178. Now that is for a pretty big size, but I feel like that is a lot of money for a garland. So I like to use these. I've done them over our archway. We have a big archway that goes into our living room. I like to do a big garland on that hanging. I like to do one on our entry table. I like to do one on our mantle. So I've got a lot of different garlands that I like playing with, and I cannot imagine spending $200 on each one of them. I think that's just That's too much money on Christmas decorations, in my opinion. If you have it and you want to do it, then power to you. But I like a more affordable option, and I just saw this one recently when we were shopping at Lowe's in store, and it looks so similar. So they've got a very similar vibe, and mind you, the expensive one was not lit either. So both of them, if you want them lit, you will have to wrap like twinkle lights or do your own lights on them. When I'm doing them for decor, like on an archway or a table, I typically don't add lights to them unless it's my mantle. So I think you definitely can get these and not have to add the lights, but I just wanted you to be aware that they don't have them pre-lit. And this one is just such a beautiful, the way that the artificial stems are is a really kind of unique and beautiful look. And I love the price point on the Lowe's one. This is one that I have done a side-by-side comparison of. Sometimes I like to do that just to really see what the differences are and if it's worth spending up for a more expensive option. So this is a Free People Sherpa pullover. It is right around the $100 price point, which I feel like is decently, it's not super overpriced for what it is. The quality on this one is really good. It does come in a ton of color options, and it's got more of that cropped fit, and the detailing on this is really nice. So it's got the stripes here, the little pockets, it's got the quarter zip. This one is very, very warm, and it is super good quality. But I did find this option from Amazon, which is very similar look and feel. I will say the Free People one is higher quality than the Amazon version, but I don't know that you would necessarily know that unless you were holding them side by side. Like the Amazon one feels really soft and very warm and very good. The only thing I will say is be cautious with how you wash the Amazon. If you do get that one, I would wash it on a cold cycle and maybe air dry, just because that particular type of fabric can start to get not as soft after lots of like washing with hot water and then drying. It's not quite as soft. So I've noticed that if I kind of take a little extra care on the washing, then they will hold up really, really well. This is Anthropologie's take, one of their takes on the barn jacket, which I am obsessed with. I saw this on someone else when I was out recently, and I was like, where did you get that jacket? It is gorgeous and I need it. And I was a little unfortunately disappointed to see the price point, which I finally found it, but it is so, so cute. It's got the cutest like kind of cropped fit. I love the plaid. I love the plaid on the collar and here. And they also have it in a burgundy on the jacket and then leopard in here, which you know speaks to my soul as well. I still think 168 is on the high side. Outerwear is another thing that if I am going to spend up for something, I would put outerwear in that category as well, just because it does tend to get more wear. You can just tell quality sometimes with an outerwear piece based on how warm it is, how it wears for years. But since this is a trendier piece, I wouldn't say this is going to be your winter coat that you're going to wear day in and day out, that you need that like super warm down inside of it. This is more of a fashion statement. It is an outerwear, but it's something that you're probably going to wear on a trendier, less frequent basis. This option from Amazon, which I think is also very, very adorable and just a more realistic price point, and it's on deal right now. I think it's down under $40. For as much as I'm going to wear it, I think that is the appropriate price point for a piece like this, at least in my wardrobe. This isn't necessarily something that I would pair as like a capsule wardrobe or a minimalist thing I'd be wearing constantly, but I love the stitching on this, and I think the Amazon brand did a really, really good job of designing this one where it looks very high end, but at a lower price point. So the quality of the material is great. It does have that stitching on it that kind of gives it that thoughtfulness in design. And then it does have the plaid on the collar here. I got this in a green, but it comes in lots of colors, including one more similar to the Anthropologie one. This is actually another kind of barn jacket inspired outerwear piece or jacket. This one I tried on in store at Madewell, and it is gorgeous. It definitely caught my eye as soon as I walked in store there. It is so, so beautiful. I love the darker wash denim and the corduroy on the collar. There is something so classic and chic about that. And Madewell does those long lasting pieces so, so well. And some of their denim jackets and things are just They will last you an eternity, and they are the ultimate high quality piece. But if that is out of your price range, I did find this one from Amazon, which gives you a very similar look. And I was really pleased with the quality on this one too, especially at that price point. So similarly, the quality is going to be, if you're going to hold them up next to each other and feel the type of denim, you are going to be able to tell a little bit of a difference in the quality. But if you're wanting this as something to style and wear and have fun with, and not necessarily as your daily jacket piece, I personally would get the lower priced item based on how much I think I could use this. It is a little bit of a trendier fit. I do think this is something that we'll see for years to come, but the barn jacket is kind of a trendier item right now with this particular cropped fit. This one does have the good stitching on it, and it also has the corduroy on the collar, and I have the small in both. I don't know about you, I don't know if this is an Oklahoma thing or what, but I swear of all the bags that I see when I am out and about, I probably see this Free People quilted carry-all tote more than anything. Like, this is the ultimate mom bag. It makes a good diaper bag option. It makes a good active bag if you need something for like gym clothes, anything like that. You can do it crossbody. It's the perfect size. It'll wipe clean. It's got pockets, all the good things. And this one has gone viral multiple times. I've seen it on so many different people and in so many different color options. And this one is $78. But I was very excited to find this version from Walmart, which is on deal for $18. So cannot beat the price point, and they look almost identical. They are so very similar. So you get that same size, you get it where you can do it crossbody or shoulder, you get the quilted look, it's easy to wipe off. And they also have a really good color selection in this too, which kind of surprised me. They didn't have quite as many in store, but I still loved the classic black and of course the hot pink. More colors available online. And for the price point, if you need just that bag that you want to throw stuff in to go to the science museum, the zoo, running errands, out with your kids, this is gonna be that bag. If you want to talk about an absolute showstopper of a shoe or a boot, these are incredible. They are so gorgeous. These are from, I don't know if it's Schutz or Schutz to pronounce that. I don't know my designer brands all that well, I'm gonna be honest with you, because I don't typically spend a ton of money on designer items, but these are gorgeous. I do have a pair of sandals from this brand and I love them, and they have held up wonderfully for years and years. So I do think the quality on these is gonna be incredible, but the price point is pretty high. But these are kind of like a slouchier, almost, they're not an ankle boot, but they're not a knee-high boot either. They're kind of an in-between. And these do come in a brown suede as well. And the price point on these is just under $300. I did find these at Target though, which I think are just as gorgeous. So these are a faux suede. The designer ones are a leather in the black, but I think these are so cute. And for holiday, I love a black boot with something that's got a little added detail to it. So I think the studding is just gonna give it that fun factor, that little bit of embellishment to kind of dress it up to more of a holiday type outfit. Or you could definitely do this not holiday as well. I think this would work for fall, for Thanksgiving, like a simple black dress. It just is going to be so fun. These are more of a knee-high boot, so they are a little bit taller. But to me, that even justifies the price even more, makes the lower price even better, because you're getting technically more boot for less money. Okay, for my Nobody Wants This fans, I just finished season 2, binged it in like a day, and I love the show, but I also have to watch for their outfits most of the time, and all their outfits are so iconic. This is the exact jacket that the sister was wearing when they were like fighting over the podcast. This oversized brown, like chocolate brown leather jacket. So gorgeous. I was on a hunt to find this exact jacket, and in my head I was gonna buy that exact jacket, and then I found it and I saw that the price point was well over $600, and I was like, oh yeah, that's not happening. And also I think this one is sold out right now, but the price point is very high. But I found this one from Amazon, you guys, that I am so excited about. I think this is so cute. I wore this yesterday just out and about, and I literally got 3 compliments on it, and I was only out running errands for like 30 minutes. Like, it is so chic and fashionable and gives that same vibe, that kind of oversized leather bomber. This is obviously a faux leather. That's why it's more affordable, but it gives you that very same vibe. It's got the good stitching, the buttons, the collar, the zipper, the elastic, all the good things. And I'm in this small, and this fits pretty naturally oversized. I always love to look through Anthropologie's holiday collection. They have the cutest Christmas things out, and I just think their style is so fun and unique, and they always have these little cutesy things. So I found these double insulated tumblers I thought were just adorable. So they have one in black bow and then one with the heart, but they are $18 a piece. That's not for a set, so that starts to get pretty pricey if you want to like actually get a bunch of these to host a dinner party or something. That's starting to get a little bit pricey in my opinion. So I found these at Walmart that I think are just as adorable, and these even work a little bit better for the holiday because the bow is red, and they're $5 a piece. So much better price point if you want to buy a full set of them. I also like that these have a handle. So these work well for like coffee drinks or espresso shots, something like that. I always like to have a handle if it's a hot drink because you don't want your hand to burn up. So I think this works almost even better, and the price point is unbeatable. That's a wrap on my fave, more affordable finds. I hope this has been helpful for you. It maybe saved you a little money, a little time. You can find all the links right below in the video or scan the QR code if you're watching on your television, and I will link them in the video description as well. Thank you guys for being here.